The Revelation, chapter 1. The revelation of which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of God, and of the testimony of God, and of all things he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. John to the 7 churches which are in Asia, grace be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 spirits which are before his throne, and from who is the faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us and washed us.
Ja Morant has been suspended for at least 2 games for showing a gun on his Instagram live at a club. I assume it was in Denver because they played the Nuggets yesterday, and we joked about it in the last Ja Morant video that I made, saying he's the first player to try and make it out the league, but more things keep happening that is showing that he is actually trying to make it out the league. Obviously not literally, but here's a statement from Ja. I take full responsibility for my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with stress and my overall well-being. He has deactivated Instagram and Twitter, but him saying he's going to take some time away is going to end up being more than 2 games, obviously. The Grizzlies have lost Brandon Clark. He just did his Achilles yesterday. Dylan Brooks picked up his 16th technical, so he'll miss the next game. And obviously Ja Morant is out for the indefinite future.
So he keep a couple shooters with me everywhere he go. Tell me, y'all know what's going on. Yeah, whole lot of Memphis shit, no bonus shit. Yeah, that way, bitch. Yeah. Fuck you talking about, yeah. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna talk, man. So he keep a couple shooters with me everywhere he go. Tell me, y'all know what's going on. Yeah, whole lot of Memphis shit, no bonus shit. Yeah, that way, bitch. Yeah. Fuck you talking about, yeah. Yeah, man, I ain't gonna talk, man. So he keep a couple shooters with me everywhere he go. Tell me, y'all know what's going on. Yeah, whole lot of Memphis shit, no bonus shit. Yeah, that way, bitch. Yeah. Fuck you.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to our younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through the faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. And what I want to get into, as we seen from the beginning of the video, a few clips dealing with this guy, all right, and Ja Morant, young Jake, extremely talented, athlete. And what we're seeing is pretty much, he's enticed, by degenerate culture. One thing about it, Esau Edom has made degenerate culture extremely popular, for men and women, especially of the tribes. And a lot of our people, even those that were not raised, or brought up, in those, circumstances, they are drawn, to their lifestyle, as a trend, as clout, as being popular, and it leads to death. They lose. You see, and this man, young Jake, let's say extremely talented, pretty much, is in the position, to make all this money, set his people up and, just be good, but Jake, a lot of our people are just drawn to this degenerate culture, man. And this man is on the way to losing a lot, which, the hell with it anyway, but he's not going to lose it for the gospel's sake. He's just going to lose it being an idiot, being a damn idiot, Here it is, you have a situation, to where, you can live, life that very few, you know, people on earth get to experience. You see? And kind of chill, take care of your people, make sure everybody's straight, you know. And what does Jake want to do, man? Jake wants to get involved with nigga culture, man, where you can die any second. Jake wants to be involved in nigga culture where you can die in any second over the dumbest shit. Okay, this doesn't make sense, because it will make sense, okay, if he come from that background, he has this attachment, to Jakes he came up with, man. But these are niggas that he's just meeting in Memphis, man. And we're close to Memphis and we frequent Memphis, often down here, So we familiar with their cultures, extremely ratchet, grimy niggas, And you have, a few rappers, that come from there that have been, mainstream, And right now, I joke with the brothers in Memphis, Memphis is the ratchet capital of the earth, man. With their latest creation, Glorilla. Okay? They're just extremely degenerate, ratchet culture. But, Jake, he can have, here it is, Jake can have the best of the best of particular things of this society. But Jake is drawn to degenerate, ratchet culture, man. So let's get some precepts real quick. This is Jeremiah 2:21. It said, "Yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" Okay? And the glorification of nigga culture, has created a culture of degeneracy that our people glorify, man. Okay, because you get that word degenerate. Okay, let's get the root word. Okay, it means to turn aside, to depart. Okay, to depart from, to put aside, to leave undone, to retract, to reject or abolish, because we was planted in righteousness as a nation, but the infatuation with the way of the heathen, turned us into degenerates. Okay? And you fast forward to this time, which you have Western culture, which black culture is a subculture of Western culture, and nigger culture is a subculture of black culture, man. And just as we in the ancient world will be enticed, and seduced, into the ways of the heathen as, and a better way, what they call have more fun, their spirit, You see our people doing the same thing now with nigga culture, man. Even people that don't have to be involved in those things, man. And people that are really from those circumstances, man, they spend their whole life trying to make it out, man. Okay, and here it is, you have men and women, okay, that don't even have to be involved in that or enticed by that, okay, by what? That's why, like, when you send, in these times, when you send your children to public school, they become influenced by the culture of their peers, and they disregard, the upbringing that they had, man. That's how you get, children, young Jake, men, and women. They come from backgrounds of structure, but a lot of times between the school, between the media, okay, between music, okay, they get enchanted by degenerate culture, man. And that's why the Lord is put an end to this madness, man. This culture, this degenerate culture has to be stopped. Okay? It has to be cut off, man. Let's go here. Okay? Let me see if I can find it with this little Memphis chick. Okay. Let's see if I can find this, man. Let's see, it was a TikTok. I probably can't find it, you know. But just show the the throughness. Okay. Let's see, if I can't find it, it's all good. This woman. Yeah, I can't find it. I should have pulled it up before. I think it's on the WhatsApp, you know? But yeah, you just have to see it. Explain it won't do no justice. Boy. But, you know, let's get back to the precepts. Alright. So this is Sirach 21:2. It says, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest near to it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. And see, one thing about it, Esau being this serpent, what does a serpent do? It catches hold of you, it bites you, and then it injects venom in you, man. Okay? And this is like these different cultures and this degenerate, you know, death culture that, you know, Esau just constantly injects into Jacob. He constantly injects these things into their mind and glorifies these things. And our people, you know, are drawn to just death culture and nigga culture, man. You know, it's like, good grief. When is it going to play out? And that's why the Lord just has to put an end to it, because, you know, our people will constantly just become worse and worse and worse and worse if the Lord wouldn't bring an end to this, man. Okay? So we're seeing our people just enchanted and drunken, you know, with the degenerate culture. And that's why the Lord says this, man. Let's get this in Isaiah. Okay. Isaiah, the 1st chapter. All right, this Isaiah 1:4 says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. Matter of fact, I started at 3. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Like Jake is even considering the legacy that they come from. You know? Because they're so infatuated. A lot of our people are so infatuated with degenerate nigga culture, man. Okay? It says, a sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are gone away backward, man. And each generation makes the Lord more and more angry. Each generation of Israelites, man. Because they're getting worse and worse. Okay? It said, why should you be stricken anymore? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. So the Lord, no matter what type of conditions and circumstances he puts on, you know, the 2/3, they will only become worse and worse. And that's why the Lord just has to have a cutoff, man. You know, they just gonna revolt more and more. You see, you have a Jake, you know, that's in a good situation. You know, he doesn't even have to be involved around niggatry. Okay? But what does Jake do? Jake still revolts and reverts to degenerate culture, man. You know, because that's the end thing. That's the, you know. It said, from the sole of the foot even unto the head there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and petrifying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, nor mollified with ointment. Okay? So what we're seeing amongst our people is just the wound is getting worse. The cut is getting worse. The spiritual wounds, the psychological wounds our people have, they're only getting worse within this culture, man. Within the westernization, our people are only getting worse, man. That's why the Lord is going to put an end to the West, man. Okay? So Lord will, you know, you brothers and you few sisters edified, I just want to bring that out. You know, till next time, say Shalom. Call me Shalom Bible DTA soon. Shalom.